what's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to Haywood Valley Raceway. And you know this is the hometown track of Chase Family Racing. And today, I want to give a special thank you and shout out to Bugwood Diecast Racing out of Kentucky. I'm not sure exactly how long he's had his channel, but I stumbled upon it randomly and I found really cool racing content on there. He's got a super nice drag track and he does all kinds of stuff, trying different things out and showing how he does a lot of the things. And I recently saw a video where he was doing lead pours of plastic bases and making them lead bases, and I thought that was pretty cool. I had asked a couple questions about it, and he, out of the kindness of his heart, sent me along a free one. Just asked for my address and sent it. So he sent this Mustang Fastback without the wheels, just drilled and tapped, and with this lead base that he had poured from it. This was the plastic base version from this new silver series. And you can tell as the because this is the metal base version that I have here. You can see the colors are different. That one's lighter. That one's brighter, more solid. Well, that one has that kind of sparkly, spectry, flamey kind of thing going on to it. So here's the metal base Hot Wheels version. It comes in at a whopping 54.7. And the lead base version still has the interior, still has a windshield, everything's the same. 72.6. So that's 72. And I already forgot this one. 54. So an 18 gram difference. And this is freaking awesome. Like, it's great. He did a super job. It looks like totally, factory. I mean, maybe a little, whatever, who cares? I mean, great job. Nothing I could do, for sure. So I super appreciate that, man. Bugwood Diecast Racing. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty cool. He has not gotten into entering any races or hosting any races like that, anything like that yet. But maybe with the proper amount of peer pressure, we can get him to join in this rabbit hole of a hobby and get to racing with us here at Haywood Valley and all the other tracks that are out there. And so I put these wheels on it, and let's see how it goes down the track. For comparison's sake, we'll take the 54 gram Hot Wheels version, which nothing's been done to it except for a little wheel work. .44. And I've worked with this car on and off over the last couple months since I've had it. And I know a lot of people have had the same results. It's nice to look at, but just can't seem to get much speed out of it. So now here's the lead pour 72 gram version. That's got a set of wheels on it that have been cleaned up and polished and lubed and greased and all that stuff. .88. Certainly a better time than the stock version. Let's give it another run. See if he warms up. .88. Nice. So that's great. I mean, that's better than the stock version for sure. And super awesome job. It's so clean and it looks great. So thank you, Bugwood Diecast Racing, for sending that along. Like we often say in the diecast community here, people are very generous, helpful. Yeah, we have some rivals and we have some crap talking back and forth here and there, but in the end, it seems like a lot of people that do this, you know, their heart's in the right place. And what are you gonna, how can you argue with that, right? People doing the right thing, helping people out. Nothing wrong with that. So, obviously, I will return the favor. Now that I have your address, you will receive something from me in return that I am sure will blow your socks off. Now, a couple other things going on here real quick. Bam, picked up one of these things. Firebird. 35.2 grams. What does that say on there? Cheesy popcorn? I don't got my glasses on, but for those of you who don't have eye problems, whatever that says. So, 35 grams. Came with a nice smooth set of wheels. Very round. .52. I just got this a few days ago, so it hasn't had a lot of time to break in, but I figured I would give it a shot since it was so smooth running. Now, we'll keep it as a fully stock car for a 10.39. There we go. Now he's waking up. Do I keep it as is and save it for a stock tournament? Or do I bust this thing open, modify it, and ruin it like I do most things? Speaking of ruining things, I had this Sharp Mustang Shelby GT from the Modern Classic series. I'm sure you all know. I've had a couple of these in the past. One ended up going to Diecast Dude. So you're welcome for that gift. That will never be returned. Pal, appreciate that. It's only like a $22, $25 car, so I'm glad you have it instead of me. So, got a couple more since then. This one sucked. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I did to this the same thing I'd done to the other ones that I've had. And for whatever reason, it just was not rolling well at all. I couldn't get it under like 11 seconds down the track. No matter what I did, maxed out at 11. So I let it sit for a few weeks. And then one day I was looking at it and I got annoyed. I tried a few things. figured, well, it was already crappy. Oops. Ah. $10.55. Which $10.55 is not great for a car that weighs as much as this does, but when it was at 11 seconds, that was, this is a much improved. Now I did have to open it up, take those wheels out, mess around with them. So 55.8. I did not add any weight to it, but hopefully I've rescued it from the junk pile. $10.32. All right, there we go. It's one of the fastest laps yet for this guy. And now that it's been opened up, it won't be a stock car anymore, so it might end up in a modified race. And I know some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, do some shopping on eBay, and recently I put in a $3 bid on something just because it was late at night and I was intoxicated. And then somehow that won. So I ended up with this loose Porsche, 57.6 grams, that I ended up getting for $1.99 plus like $6 for the shipping. Ended up being in really good shape. Axles weren't bent, so that's nice. .95. So 57 grams on this thing. I was pleasantly surprised with the weight. I wasn't expecting it to be that much. So that was great, and it runs really smooth, so you can't complain about that. Happy to have it. Now I know there's been a lot of racing going on. I just had a laser wheel race over at 131 Diecast, which I didn't do well at. That was a shocker. And then the military muscle showdown over at Elevation Diecast, where we sent in a stock Hot Wheels, stock Matchbox, then a military-themed vehicle. I sent in a military-themed German muscle car called the Mercedes AMG 500 at 80 grams, or just under that. And it was, did all right. Got to at least 2 rounds, so that was nice. And put in a track time there of like 2.037, which was the fastest lap that I've ever gotten there. So I'm happy about that. My stock cars, a Solar and a Datsun 300Z there that I sent, didn't do too well, but I had high hopes. I actually thought they would do pretty well, and they didn't. So there, what are you gonna do? You try. If it doesn't work, you're gonna try again. So the next race he's got coming up is gonna be SUVs. You can send in a modified SUV or a minivan, and then it's gonna be a stock Matchbox and a stock Hot Wheels over 60 grams. So some heavyweights, some trying out some stuff, seeing if I can find something that's got the right weight and the right wheelbase to be ripping down Mile High Raceway there. So I've been working with this guy, 63.2. I know a lot of people probably have these. I have a couple of them. Actually found somebody on eBay that had like 5 or 6 of them, and new in the package. They came in a plastic bags, because I think they were like cars that you could get at some place, McDonald's or something, but it's heavy. And I got a couple of them, and this one is the fastest one. .05. So 10.05, which is certainly not breaking any records, but that's on this track, and that's with curves and the crossover and whatnot. But in a drag race in a straight line, does this car have the kind of speed that might get it through a couple of rounds? I don't know. I'm hoping that it does, but hope doesn't mean too much when you're racing. So I will find all the heavy cars that I have and see what I can do. I would love to make it past the first round. So anyways, thanks for hanging out for a little bit, checking out the track, checking out some of these cars that I'm running. And again, shout out to Bugwood Diecast for sending along that Mustang with the lead base. That's definitely going to be a keeper, and I'm happy to have received it as a gift from you, sir. So thank you very much. And I will be sending something in return to you. So much appreciated. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. And Diecast Derby League will be hitting up the Comet Tail over at Rick's Diecast, and then he'll be sending them back here for the final leg of the race, and then we'll crown a champion for Group A and Group B. And just that, so there's no confusion. Sounds like there's been a little confusion, but Group A is 8 cars. Group B, 8 cars. Group B, at the end, we'll have a winner for Group B, but they are the slower of the 16 entries overall. But they will have a winner for that group with a little trophy or something, a little prize pack. Group A are the fastest cars. The winner of Group A would be the overall winner of the tournament because they'd be the overall fastest car. So Group A will be rewarded for being Group A, the winner being the overall champion of the tournament. There's no, these guys aren't racing against each other, Group A and B, and the points that they are getting do not go towards beating each other racers in different groups. It's only within your group. So we are not rewarding people for being slow. That's not how it works. That's specifically why the groups were divided into 2. So the faster people will be racing each other for the better prize. The slower people will be racing each other for a smaller prize, but also giving them a chance to be competitive with people of similar speed. And since you're racing on the same tracks as the faster guys, you get to see, okay, my car did, this kind of time, and the faster guys are doing this kind of time. So this is what I need to do to step up my game. I gotta get these kind of numbers so I can compete with the faster guys. So hopefully it's a lesson learned for some folks, and the people who are at the top will be rewarded for being there. So everybody take care, and we will see you somewhere, some track, at some point soon. Alrighty. Everybody be well. And don't forget to check out Bugwood Diecast Racing.